Ko po kung ano po yung number. Feeling ko number 2 yan. Tingnan natin kung tama ako, no? Tama naman. Number 2, I am correct. My God. So this is your question, candidate number 4. Pa-request naman po ng konting katahimikan dyan. Nagtatanong po ako. Para kayong ano. Now, your question. Is secret more powerful when it is kept or when it is finally told? Mas makapangyarihan ba ang isang lihim kapag ito ay itinatago o kapag ito ay tuluyang naimbunyag? Your question.
Thank you for that question. The question that was given to me is that is secret more powerful when it is being kept or it is when being revealed? I believe that it is more powerful when it is being revealed because I believe that the moment you slap anyone with nothing but the truth, that's where they would be able to realize what is the real happening and what is the reality of this world. There are certain type of secrets. It could be the truth that could hurt you. It could be the truth that could improve you as a person. I believe that it is very important that regardless whether this truth will hurt you or would improve you, this deserves to be revealed because after all, walang sikreto ang hindi nabubunyag. And that's the 100% fact that we cannot deny. And so I would say that if it's gonna be a secret, I would rather face the truth. I would rather it to be revealed. Because if that would hurt me, then at least I know to myself how should I feel. And if that secret would eventually reveal me as a person and what are the things that I have to improve, then at least I would have the highest hope and faith for me to become a better person. Just like also in this government, would you rather to have confidentiality and would you have to have those secrecy not be revealed? I believe that the Filipino people deserves nothing but the truth. I believe that everyone would like to deserve transparency. And so if you are always stucking yourself to confidentiality and secrecy and not being able to face the reality, then I don't think that you are up for improvement. I don't think that you are actually for Filipino. You are not for a person who you want to be, but you are rather blinded by your loyalty, even it's already fake and already not true to yourself. It is not a question in this world on how you keep those lies, how you keep the truth, but it's a matter on how you face the truth with your chin up and head up high. Salamat po.
Ay, daming fans eh.
Can I just say that people of generosity is very much generous.
That is true. And what is true is this is your question. Take your time. Listen. Number 5 ang question mo. Is silence a sign of peace? Or is it the loudest scream of a person who has lost their voice? Ang katahimikan ba ay tanda ng kapayapaan o ito ang pinakamalakas na sigaw ng isang taong nawalan ng boses? Your question.
Judges, audience, please beg me to differ. Let me answer the question based on my experience. To be perfectly honest, I have been in a situation when I was not heard. It is saddening. It is frightening. Because even if you want to speak for something, you are voiceless. You are muted. I was once in a situation wherein I had to involve myself in a very difficult situation and the biggest decision of my life. And that is to undergo sexual reassignment. My mother would have told me, hayaan mo na kung ano ang binigay sa'yo ng Panginoon. But I never listened. I listened to the voice within me. I believed in myself. So last year, I decided to undergo the surgery. And it made a lot of difference. I embrace myself so much that I have ever been, that I have ever done in my life before. And so, I know what you're thinking. What would my mother would have thought? Simply, Ma, sorry, nagawa ko na. Pukihan na ako. Wala ka na magagawa. But I still love you. I still respect you. And I still adore you. Sometimes in life, you just have to be yourself. You just have to stand for what you believe in. Because at the end of the day, you do not have to explain yourself to anybody, even if that's your mother. Because you, for yourself, know where your strength, know what is your worth, and that is to be who you are. Thank you.
And you are welcome.
I am lucky to pick, number 3.
Number 3, your number as well. If words had no power and we were all born mute, how would you convince the world that you deserve this crown? Kung ang salita ay walang kapangyarihan at tayong lahat ay ipinanganak na hindi makapagsalita, paano mo kukumbinsihin ang mundo na ikaw ang nararapat sa corona? Your question.
That is a very hard question. And if I were to reiterate it, it is asking me if words are not powerful and we are all born mute or does not have the ability to speak, how would I convince you that I deserve the crown tonight? It is hard simply because it is undeniable that our primary medium or mode of communication is through language. It is a gift from God that is given to us, being able to communicate to other people through words and through our ability to inspire, encourage, or persuade people in believing in you through speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a philosophy that says action speaks louder than words. And so that is how I am gonna convince the judges and to all the people tonight that I deserve to win tonight, whether I'm not able to speak. Because my action reflects who I am. My action reflects my causes. And my action will speak louder even if I am voiceless. In this world that we are living, LGBT community have been doing their best to champion our rights. But then again, we are living in a community where we are silenced by those who have power. We are voiceless to those who has not the ability to hear what we are saying. We are most of the time neglected and people do not believe on what we are saying. And by that, ladies and gentlemen, I will decide to use my actions. I will decide to use my platforms to make sure that I will deserve to win the crown tonight. I've been joining beauty pageants for 10 years already. I was the breadwinner of my family because of me working so hard. Because I know that if I'm just gonna speak, if I'm just gonna use my word, my language, it would all be useless. Gaya nga ng sinasabi nila, walang saysay ang salita kung hindi natin sasabayan ng kilos at gawa. And so I want this to be a living testament to each and every one of us that yes, your voice, your language is powerful when it comes to convincing people because it makes people believe what they hear. But sometimes when people are blinded, they never see your actions. And so I want you all to realize now that even we say so much words, even we speak so much fluency with languages, it is all worthless. Let us motivate ourselves to do our promises through our actions. Dahil wala nang reyna pa na mas kinakailangan kumilos, kundi ang isang reyna na patutunayan ang kanyang mga salita sa pamamagitan ng pagiging masunurin sa kanyang mga sinasabi. At yan ay pagsasabuhay sa kanyang mga salita. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if words are not powerful, we still have different forms and ways to convince the judges. And for tonight, I think I will be able to convince you that I still deserve the crown tonight without the conviction of words. Because my actions and everything that I have done that is good for our community would be a reflection of who I am, even if I am voiceless. And so I would like to end my answer by simply telling each and every one of you, kung ngayon nararamdaman mo na ang iyong mga salita ay hindi pinakikinggan, kung nararamdaman mo na ang iyong mga salita ay hindi kailanman nararanasan ng ibang tao, huwag kang mag-alala aking kaibigan. Dahil ang mga salita, maaaring pumasok dito at lumabas sa kabila. Ngunit ang iyong mga aksyon tungo sa pagtatagumpay ng bawat korona ay isang refleksyon ng iyong pagkatao na kahit mawalan ka ng tinig, ang iyong tindig ang mananatiling korona. Maraming salamat.
At marami ding salamat.
Picked number 1.
And this is your question. If I gave you, sorry, may feedback. Ulitin ko po. If I gave you a blank canvas and told you it was the most beautiful painting in the world, would you believe me or would you call me a liar? Kung bibigyan kita ng isang blankong canvas at sasabihin kong ito ang pinakamagandang painting sa buong mundo, paniniwalaan mo ba ako o tatawagin mo akong sinungaling? Your question.
Definitely yes. I will believe in you that a blank canvas is the most beautiful painting that we can have. Because as human, we are being born in this world without knowing anything. We are just like a black canvas. We don't know anything. We are innocent. Yet, that is being beautiful. Because as we grow up, we are being taught, we are being learned, we are being taught of what the things that we should learn as a human. Because if I would paint that black canvas and make it to a the most beautiful painting things that I could ever have, I would paint the one who gave birth to me, the one who gave innocence to me, and that is my mother. I would paint the black canvas to make it the most beautiful painting in the world with the face of my mother. Because that painting will serve as a reminder for me that in my innocence, in my growth, and as I grow older, there is one woman who always believed in myself, who always believed that I can foster, and always believe that I can live colorful even if I was born just like a black canvas. And so I want to take this opportunity to thank all the women, all the mothers here for giving life to all of us, especially this Women's Month. Let us all uplift every woman who make our blank life into a colorful one, who make our blank living to make a colorful living. Because as the world is suffering, we can always have the home where the heart is. where our mother can stay, where our mother can smile, and our blankness will be fulfilled with color because of the love and the genuinity of what we called mother. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Score eh.
Candidate number 8, what is the number? Number 4.
Pero wala naman tapon niya kahit
If,
ano.
ay sorry. Nakagat ko yung dila. Nakakaloka. This is your
May
question.
nagpicture.
Is the ability to remember everything a blessing? Or is it the ability to forget our greatest pain is the true gift of being a human? Ang kakayahang maalala ang lahat ba ay isang biyaya? O ang kakayahang makalimot sa ating pinakamasakit na alaala ang tunay na regalo ng pagiging tao? Candidate, your question.
Thank you so much for that very wonderful question. I could attest that forgetting things and actually moving forward from it could actually be the most blessings that we get instead, or more than us remembering what we have before. We Filipinos are very known for our values, which we are always highlighting, us being so much interested or so much invested about the sentimental value that we've had before. I believe that knowing or remembering things before or that we used to have before would be a blessing if that would be the wisdom that we get from the things or actions we get or we did before. And for me, the reason why I've said that actually forgetting things that we have before could actually be a blessing too, it is because knowing or just staying in the past won't let us move forward as a person. It won't let us to fight or actually enjoy what is actually being prepared to us by God. So I believe that, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we should always forget that remembering things could be the greatest thing that we always have here in this world. Because at the end of the day, by forgetting things, we would actually move forward not only as an individual, but as a society. Because always remember by this thing, the lessons that we should treasure and value throughout all our life should come from growth and learnings that we have. And those mistakes that we have done before should be forget and stay in the past. Thank you so much.
Very much.
Thank
For
you
the
so
glitters tayo, no?
Yeah, shining, shimmering. the
Tama
light.
naman. Here is your tambiola. Kuha tayo ng tanong. Konting katahimikan lang po. Magkukuha po tayo ng tanong para kayo.
Number 8.
Number 8, infinity. Okay.
Yes.
Does a crown stay on a queen's head because of gravity or because the way she carries her chin? Nananatili ba ang korona sa ulo ng isang reyna dahil sa grabidad o dahil sa paraan ng kanyang pagtaas at pagdadala ng kanyang ulo? Your question.
Thank you so much for that very wonderful question. Scientifically speaking, that when we say gravity, it is a force in our natural state, a natural force in our earth, wherein it helps us to stay in place. That's why we are just not floating here because of the gravity. And so if the question asks me if the crown stay on the queen's head because of the gravity, or just because how she or he handles it with her chin up, I believe it all in the latter. It's all about how she handled the crown. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, beauty pageants will always come to the test when there is no light anymore. When we are no longer wearing makeups, when we are no longer wearing heels, or we are no longer walking in front of you in a glamorous gowns. Because a beauty queen become purposeful after the stage. And that is the essence of being a beauty queen, on how you will handle your crown. And so, I am here standing in front of you as a beauty queen and a trans journalist who is always writing articles 24/7 in life. And I am using my platform, this very stage, in order for me to amplify my words, to amplify my meaning, to amplify my worth and my vital responsibility to make this world a better place to live in. And so, I will get this chance to tell everyone that a beauty queen will not never be dictated on how many crowns will be put in her head, because a beauty queen will become purposeful, and a beauty queen will become a meaningful human being if she uses her crown in order for her to inspire, aspire, and change people to become the better version of themselves. Because at the end of the day, lights will be off, stage will be taken off, but a beauty queen should be purposeful inside and outside of the stage. Thank you so much.
And you are welcome so much. Candidate number 7 from
Number 13.
number 13. Konting katahimikan lang po. Babasahin ko po ang tanong. Candidate number 7. If the world were to become permanently dark, would your beauty be extinguished? Or would it be finally be seen? Kung ang mundo ay tuluyang malulubog sa dilim, mawawala ba ang iyong kagandahan? O doon pa lamang ito tunay na makikita? Your question.
Thank you so much. I always believe that we have two types of beauty, and that is the beauty outside and the beauty inside of the heart. And at the end of the day, the beauty outside, it will fade, but the beauty inside your heart will remain forever. And even the darkness come into our world, if we have the beauty inside of our heart, we have a heart of goodness, that we will become the light of everyone. Because at the end of the day, being kind to everyone will be the best beauty that we have in this world. Let's always remember that the God will never judge you based on the physical appearance, but God will judge you based on the kindness that you give to the humanity and to how you serve God. Thank you. And good evening.
Question, ating muse.
I picked number 10.
And this is your question. If you were created in a museum hundreds of years from now, what single object would represent your existence? And what would be the caption say? Kung ikaw ay ilalagay sa isang museo makalipas ang 100 taon, anong iisang bagay ang kakatawan sa iyong pagkatao? At ano ang nakasulat sa caption nito? Your question.
Thank you so much for that question. Well, I can say that it's quite hard, but if I would be curated in a museum, and what object could signify the things that I've done here in the world, that would be a flag. Flag symbolizes the hope that I could give to everyone, because when I raised it, it created an utmost luminance that could give hope to everyone. That I, as a person, I'm an LGBTQI plus person who is part of what we call the spectrum, wherein we are overlooked, and we often actually being discriminated by people. This flag would remind everyone that a person standing in front of you once give hope, once give chance, and once give smiles to the faces of the people here right now. Because nowadays, we are na being neglected. Actually, we are being segregated to the opportunities that we're supposed to have even at the beginning. Because I believe that this flag, when I raised it with bravery and courage, it would be a reminder for everyone that I, as an LGBTQI+ person, would remind you, or this flag would remind you, that everything that you face or whatever challenges that you encounter or experience, you would be understand that regardless of your gender, as long as your mission is deep-rooted with passion and mission, even the most insurmountable event can be conquerable. Thank you so much.
Ikaw magbasa, mami ko.
I picked number 5.
Number 5. This is your question, candidate number 6. If you will be a book, what will be the title of the last chapter? Kung ikaw ay magiging isang aklat, ano ang magiging pamagat ng huling kabanata? Candidate number 6, your question.
The title of the book would be This Is Me. Ladies and gentlemen, in whatever is happening in this world, always remember that you are who you are. You are what you do. And so, if there will be a book, and if it's going to be the last chapter, and I would entitle it for myself, that would be This Is Me. Because in your entire lifetime, always remember that whatever it is that you do in humanity, whether it is good or bad, it is that you do, it is what you do, your whole being. It is what is me, it is you who is you. You are the driver of your own life. And so, make a story that you will be remembered for who you are and not what the people around you want you to be. Thank you.
And you are the...
The question that I have for tonight, or that I pick, is question number 6.
And here is your question, candidate number... If nobody ever died, would life still have any value? Kung walang taong kailanman mamamatay, magkakaroon ba or magkakaroon pa rin ba ng halaga ang buhay? Your question.
Thank you so much for that mind-boggling question. Before I answer that question, panel board of judges, I would like to say that the best answer that we can share for tonight is not always in our mind. But that kind of question should be answered on how we say it from our heart. Going back to the question that was given to me, kung walang kamatayan dito sa ating mundo, magkakaroon pa kaya ng saysay ang buhay? Allow me to say this before I answer that question, that most of us is the biggest thing that we are afraid to happen is our death. Takot tayong mamatay sapagkat iniisip natin ang maiiwanan natin. Iniisip natin kung may narating ba tayo sa buhay bago natin lisanin ang napakagandang mundong ito. Ngunit ang katanungan ay kung may mamamatay ba o kung walang mamamatay, may mangyayari pa ba sa ating mundo? Naniniwala ako na kung ang kamatayan ay magsisilbing pagputol ng iyong buhay, ngunit kailanman, ito ay plano ng ating poong may kapal dahil everything happens for a reason. At wag na wag mong iisipin mo na kung ikaw ay namatay ng maaga, wala ka nang magagawa. Wala ka nang maiiwan na magandang legasiya. Lagi mong iisipin, there is what we call reincarnation. Reincarnation is something that we can get in second life. if you feel that you were a less person in the future before your death is coming, lagi mong isipin, may pangalawang buhay ka upang patunayan mo na karapat-dapat kang magsilbing mabuting imahe, inspirasyon at mag-iwan ng napakagandang legasiya dito sa ating mundo. At ngayong gabi, marahil ang aking kasagutan ay napakasimple. Ngunit hindi man ako tanggapin ng lahat ng tao. Kung ako ay mamamatay, naniniwala ako magkakaroon ng saysay ang aking buhay sapagkat ginawa ko ang tama, ginawa ko ang mabuti dahil ayon ang tinuro sa akin ng aking magulang. Patuloy kang gumawa ng tama dahil kapag tama ka, kailanman hindi mo iisipin ang panghusga. Kaya naman lagi nating iisipin, whatever you do for yourself dies with you. But whatever you do for humanity will definitely remember. Huwag tayong matakot sa kamatayan. Ang kamatayan ay mangyayari lamang dahil itinakda ito ng ating poong may kapal. There is what we call reincarnation for us to grow and for us to be a better person in second life. Thank you.
And you, the number.
It's none other than question number 1.
Number 1. Here's your question, candidate number 4. How will you appreciate the beauty of a flower without its petals? Paano mo mapapahalagahan ang kagandahan ng isang bulaklak kung wala itong mga talutot? Candidate number 4.
Thank you for that question. Well, how would I appreciate a flower without petals? It's just simply us comparing it to my life. Everyone in this world want to go on with the trend. Everyone want to fit in. But if you were to compare a flower without the petals in a bouquet of flower, you would be able to see that that's the only different type of flower because it has the only type of characteristics wherein of all the flowers, it is the only one that has no petals. Therefore, instead of appreciating and asking them, what is it that the other flowers have? You should realize, what is it that I do not, what is it exactly that I do not have that the other flowers don't have? It's just like in life. Kung paulit-ulit mong ikukumpara yung sarili mo sa ibang tao kung ano ang meron sila at palitin mong itignan kung ano ang wala ka, you wouldn't be able to realize how great of a person you are, how blessed of a person you are, and how different these things you are. Because eventually, if you would be able to see the only difference and the only thing that makes you stand out of all the rest, that's where you will be able to realize that you are uniquely created in the way how God would like you to be. Kung paano mo tinitingnan ang sarili mo at ang pagiging pagkakaiba mo sa ibang tao mo, doon mo mapapakita at doon mo maiisip na ako lamang ang iisa sa mga tao na ginawa na ganito. Iisa lamang ako sa napakadaming bulaklak na napakabango at sa dami ng mga bulaklak na nagsasandamakmak ang kanilang mga petals and so what we call leaves. I would rather choose to appreciate what is it that makes me distinct, what is it that makes me different, and what makes me unique of all the bouquet of flowers that I have inside the bucket. Therefore, instead of appreciating or instead of looking what others have, appreciate what you don't have. And therefore, you would be able to realize that it's the only thing that makes you stand out in one room instead of fitting in one room. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat din po. Candidate number 10. Draw your lots and tell me the number.
Thank you so much. I am very lucky to pick number 12.
Number 12. If you were crowned... Sorry, ADHD ako. Round 2. How would you explain the concept of tomorrow to someone who believes that today is all there is? Paano mo ipapaliwanag ang konsepto ng bukas sa isang taong naniniwala na ang ngayon lamang ang umiiral?
Thank you so much. That is a very hard question because it might be difficult to understand, but it's true. there are people who certainly believes that the only thing that is existing is today. And they do not believe that there will be tomorrow, simply because they want to maximize the days that they have. They want to be happy on the present, not thinking or worrying about what's gonna happen tomorrow. But instead of making them feel that they are less person, it is important that you understand first where they are coming from. Why do these people think that the only thing that is existing is today and there's no longer tomorrow for them? What are the factors why they believe that the only thing that is existing is today? Of course, it is hard because I haven't believed in that. Because for me, the concept of tomorrow is having hope and having faith with your destiny as what God designed you to be. And if I am going to explain that to that person, I would make them emphasize their hardships, their sufferings, their problems. Because if you keep on thinking that the only thing that is existing is today, you will not be contented because there are a lot of problems, negativities. There are a lot of things that will make you less a person if you do not believe in tomorrow. Because ladies and gentlemen, no matter how hard life is, do not believe that the only thing existing is today. No matter how hard you are experiencing life is, believe that there is hope. And that hope is there will be a brighter tomorrow for you. And so, I think by making them understand that there is always hope for tomorrow, they will be able to know and embrace what we are telling them, the concept of tomorrow. It is hard because we are not entitled to really change the perspective of other people when it comes to philosophy and life. But then again, if we will be able to educate them properly, share understanding with them, and with that, we will be able to make an amazing impact with the lives of these people. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, maybe some of the audiences tonight are believing that there is no tomorrow for them. But let me tell you this, kahit gaano kadilim ang iyong kasalukuyan, kahit gaano kahirap ang iyong kasalukuyan, kahit gaano kabigat ng iyong pinagdadaanan ngayon, lagi mong tatandaan, merong magandang bukas na nag-aantay sa iyo. At yan ay pangako ng ating Diyos na lumikha. Marami pong salamat.
Number 15.
Number 15, I will read the question in English and afterwards Tagalog. If you were given the power to design a world where suffering did not exist, but the trade-off was the happiness would have no meaning, you built it. Nalaglag, sorry. In Tagalog, kung bibigyan ka ng kapangyarihang lumikha ng isang mundong walang pagdurusa, ngunit ang kapalit ay mawawalan ng kahulugan, ang kaligayahan, gagawin o ba ito? Candidate number 2.
My honest answer would be no. Because come to think of it, if all human beings has these emotions, we all cater happiness, sadness, and varieties of emotions deep embedded in us. And that's what makes us human being. Therefore, if I could create a world where negativity is non-existent, but happiness has no meaning, what is the essence of every human being? That is the only moment that can illuminate and empower everybody. And if given a chance that this power could be grasped or embedded in me, I am going to stand in front of the crowd and tell them that I simply refuse to create a different universe because I was able to witness the multiverse of madness. And this what makes human being create a different chaos. This create a human being make their own reality. And this is against the human law. Because everyone is entitled for their own emotional well-being. Everyone should experience frustrations. Everyone should experience downfall. But what makes us stronger is how we step up on every predicament we are onto. Good evening.